Have you ever wondered why you're eating healthy, cutting carbs, and doing everything right, yet the scale refuses to move? It's one of the most common frustrations people face when trying to lose weight. The problem isn't always what you're eating. It's when, and how you're eating it, especially when it comes to protein. Most diets focus on calorie restriction or food elimination, but very few talk about protein timing. This simple but powerful concept can completely change how your body burns fat. You see, protein isn't just for building muscle. It's a metabolism activator. When you eat it at the right time, it stabilizes blood sugar, reduces cravings, and keeps your body in fat burning mode longer. Here's why that matters. If your day starts with too little protein, your blood sugar fluctuates, your hunger hormones spike, and your metabolism slows down. But when you time protein correctly, especially early in the day, you send a signal to your body to stay balanced, energized, and efficient at burning stored fat for fuel. It's a small shift that creates a big metabolic difference. And the best part, you don't have to follow a strict fasting window, count calories, or cut out entire food groups. This science-backed approach works with your body's natural rhythm, not against it. Imagine feeling steady energy all day, fewer cravings, and real fat loss simply by adjusting when you eat protein. That's the power of protein timing, the simple trick that changes everything about how your body burns fat. Most people think that as long as they hit their daily protein target, the timing doesn't really matter. But your body doesn't see it that way. The truth is, when you eat, protein changes how efficiently your metabolism works throughout the day. Think of your metabolism like a campfire. If you throw on all your fuel at once and walk away, it burns hot for a while and then dies down. But if you feed it small, steady pieces of wood at the right times, it stays warm and steady. Protein works in a similar way. It fuels your metabolism best when it's spaced out and timed with your body's natural rhythm. When you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids, the building blocks used to repair tissues, make enzymes, and support hormones. This process takes more energy than digesting carbs or fats, something known as the thermic effect of food. In simple terms, protein burns more calories just by being digested. For every 100 calories of protein you eat, your body might use up to 30 of them just for digestion and absorption. Compare that to carbs, which use around 10 calories, or fat, which uses only 3. That's why protein has such a powerful effect on your overall calorie burn. It literally costs more energy to process. But that thermic advantage doesn't work the same if you skip meals or eat most of your protein in one sitting. Your body can only use so much protein at once, and when you go too long without it, muscle repair slows, energy dips, and hunger hormones like ghrelin rise. You end up feeling tired and craving sugar or starch because your body is searching for quick energy. On the other hand, when you give your body a steady supply of protein throughout the day, especially starting in the morning, you help maintain a stable flow of amino acids, which keeps your metabolism humming and hunger in check. Imagine you start your day with just coffee or a small carb-based breakfast. Your blood sugar rises quickly, then crashes a few hours later, leaving you hungry and mentally foggy. But if you start your morning with a protein-rich meal, say eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein shake, you send a completely different signal. Your body releases satiety hormones like GLP-1 and peptide YY, which help you feel full longer. Your insulin response stays steady, meaning fewer energy crashes and less fat storage. It's a hormonal ripple effect that can last all day long. Studies consistently show that people who eat a high-protein breakfast burn more calories throughout the day and report lower hunger levels. In one study, participants who started their day with protein had fewer late-night cravings and better blood sugar control compared to those who ate a carb-heavy breakfast. That's not because protein is magical. It's because it aligns with your body's metabolic rhythm. Morning is when your metabolism is most responsive, your cortisol levels are naturally higher, and your cells are ready to use energy efficiently. Giving your body protein during that time supports fat oxidation and helps preserve lean muscle mass, which further boosts your calorie burn. Throughout the rest of the day, continuing to include moderate amounts of protein in each meal keeps that metabolic campfire burning evenly. It's not about eating more protein overall. It's about distributing it in a way that keeps your metabolism active and prevents the dips that trigger cravings and overeating. Many people unknowingly eat very little protein early in the day and then load up at dinner, which means their body spends most of the day underfueled and ends the night in catch-up mode. That pattern slows progress and makes fat loss harder. When you think of protein timing, don't picture a restrictive rule. It's really about rhythm. Just like your heart beats in a steady pattern and your sleep follows a cycle, your metabolism works best on a consistent schedule. Feeding your body quality protein at the right times helps your hormones stay balanced, your energy stay stable, and your fat-burning engine stay switched on. It's not about eating less. It's about eating smarter, in tune with how your body naturally works. Your first meal of the day sets the entire hormonal stage for how your body handles food, energy, and cravings. Whether you realize it or not, what you eat when you break your fast determines if you'll spend the rest of your day in fat burning mode or fighting hunger and fatigue. This is why morning protein makes such a big difference. The right breakfast can calm hunger hormones, steady blood sugar, and signal your body to burn stored fat instead of storing more. Let's look at two very different mornings. In the first, you grab something quick, a bowl of cereal, a bagel, or a smoothie made mostly of fruit. At first you feel fine, maybe even energized, but within an hour or two, your blood sugar begins to crash. That's because carbs, especially refined ones, digest quickly and cause a sharp rise in blood glucose, followed by a drop. When that drop happens, your brain sends a panic signal. We need more energy, and your hunger hormone ghrelin spikes. You start craving more carbs or sugar, not because you're weak or lacking discipline, but because your hormones are trying to stabilize energy. Now imagine a different morning. You start with a meal that's rich in protein. Say scrambled eggs with avocado, Greek yogurt with nuts and berries, or cottage cheese with a sprinkle of chia seeds. Within minutes, your body begins to release a completely different set of signals. Protein slows digestion and keeps blood sugar steady, but more importantly, it changes your hormonal chemistry. Ghrelin levels drop, meaning your appetite is naturally suppressed. At the same time, your gut releases hormones like GLP-1 and peptide YYSPY, which tell your brain you're full and satisfied. These aren't short-lived effects. They can last for several hours, keeping cravings low and energy high. When you eat protein early in the day, you're not just filling your stomach, you're training your metabolism. Protein has a higher thermic effect than carbs or fat, meaning your body burns more calories just to digest it. This is why people who eat a protein-rich breakfast often feel more energetic and alert throughout the day. Their metabolism has been switched on from the start, like lighting a steady fire that keeps burning for hours. The impact extends far beyond hunger control. A high-protein breakfast helps regulate insulin, the hormone that decides whether your body stores or burns fat. When blood sugar levels are stable, insulin stays low and steady, allowing your body to access stored fat for fuel. But when breakfast is mostly carbohydrates, insulin spikes and locks that fat away, leaving you dependent on quick sugars for energy. That's why you might find yourself reaching for snacks mid-morning or feeling sleepy after lunch. It's not about willpower, it's about hormones reacting to how you started your day. Real food examples make this easy to apply. 2 or 3 eggs with spinach and cheese, Greek yogurt topped with a handful of almonds, or even a protein smoothie made with whey or collagen and unsweetened nut milk. These options give your body the amino acids it needs to stay balanced. If you prefer something lighter, cottage cheese with berries or a boiled egg and a slice of avocado toast can work just as well. The key isn't eating a massive breakfast. It's giving your body enough protein, around 25 to 40 grams, to create that hormonal shift. Over time, this simple morning change makes a huge difference. You'll notice you're not as hungry between meals. Your mood stays steady, you think more clearly, and you naturally eat less throughout the day without trying. Many people who switch to a protein-first breakfast report losing fat even without reducing calories, simply because they're no longer trapped in the blood sugar roller coaster. So while popular diet advice often says, just eat less, science says something different: eat smarter. Starting your day with protein tells your body you're safe, nourished, and ready to burn fat efficiently. It's not a strict rule or a diet plan. It's a metabolic rhythm that aligns with how your hormones are meant to function. By giving your body protein first, you're teaching it to stay balanced, burn fat, and keep energy consistent. All from one simple change in your morning routine. When most people try to lose weight, they focus on eating less, not realizing that this often causes their body to lose something far more valuable than fat: muscle. Muscle isn't just about strength or appearance. It's your body's metabolic engine. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn, even at rest. When muscle is lost during weight loss, metabolism slows, fat burning decreases, and it becomes harder to keep the weight off long term. That's why protecting muscle is the real key to lasting fat loss, and consistent protein timing is how you do it. Every time you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids. These amino acids act like construction materials for your muscles, helping to repair and maintain lean tissue. But unlike fat, your body doesn't store amino acids for later use. That means if you go long stretches without protein, skipping meals, fasting too long, or eating mostly carbs, your body has to find those amino acids somewhere else. Often, it pulls them from your muscles. Over time, that slow breakdown leads to muscle loss and a weaker metabolism. Eating protein at regular intervals throughout the day prevents that from happening. It gives your body a steady stream of amino acids so it can repair, rebuild, and maintain muscle tissue, even when you're in a calorie deficit. Think of it like keeping a machine well oiled and running efficiently. When your muscles are nourished, your metabolism stays strong, and your body burns fat for fuel instead of breaking down lean tissue for survival. Low-protein diets, on the other hand, have the opposite effect. They may lead to quick weight loss at first, but a large part of that loss is muscle mass. Without enough protein, the body shifts into conservation mode. Metabolism slows, energy drops, and fat loss stalls. That's why so many people hit a plateau after a few weeks of dieting. They've lost muscle, their metabolism has slowed, and their body is burning fewer calories each day than before. When they go back to eating normally, the weight returns quickly, often as fat, not muscle. This is where protein timing makes such a powerful difference. Instead of relying on large amounts of protein at one meal, like dinner, spreading it evenly across the day ensures your body always has what it needs to protect muscle. For example, having 25 to 35 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner creates 3 protein feedings that keep muscle protein synthesis active throughout the day. You can think of it like turning on the body's repair switch several times a day, keeping your metabolic engine running efficiently. This steady rhythm also improves how your hormones and enzymes function. Regular protein intake helps balance insulin, glucagon, and growth hormone, all of which play key roles in maintaining lean mass and burning fat. When protein is spaced out properly, your body stays in a state of repair and renewal rather than breakdown. It's the difference between constantly rebuilding your metabolic engine and letting it rust over time. It's easy to see this difference in real life. 2 people can eat the same number of calories, but if one gets most of their protein in a single meal while the other spreads it out evenly, their results will look completely different. The first person may lose more weight on the scale but lose valuable muscle in the process, slowing their metabolism. The second person, who practices proper protein timing, maintains lean muscle and continues burning fat efficiently, even as their calorie intake decreases. The body thrives on consistency. When you nourish it regularly with the right fuel, especially protein, it responds by keeping your metabolism stable, your energy high, and your fat burning capacity strong. This is why the protein timing trick is so effective. It prevents your body from ever slipping into muscle breakdown mode. By giving your muscles a steady supply of amino acids throughout the day, you protect your metabolic foundation and make fat loss not just faster, but sustainable. The goal isn't to eat more protein overall, but to eat it more strategically. Small, consistent amounts keep your metabolism active, your muscle mass intact, and your body burning fat long after you've finished eating. When you focus on preserving muscle, you're not just losing weight. You're reshaping how your body works. You're creating a metabolism that stays strong, efficient, and ready to burn fat for the long haul. If you've ever blamed yourself for not having enough willpower around food, it's time to stop. It's not your willpower that's broken. It's your hormones that are unbalanced. The real reason you find yourself hungry an hour after eating or craving sugar late at night has more to do with hormone timing than self-control. The good news is you can fix it, and the solution is much simpler than you think. It all comes down to when you eat protein. Your body is constantly communicating through hormones that regulate hunger, fullness, and fat storage. 3 of the most important ones are ghrelin, leptin, and GLP-1. Ghrelin is your hunger signal. It tells your brain, hey, it's time to eat. Leptin is your satiety signal. It tells your brain when you've had enough. And GLP-1 is the hormone that helps control both appetite and blood sugar. When these hormones are balanced, you feel full, satisfied, and in control of your eating. When they're not, your cravings take over. The type and timing of food you eat determine how these hormones behave. If your first meal of the day is mostly carbs, toast, cereal, or a fruit smoothie, your blood sugar spikes quickly. Insulin rushes in to bring that sugar down, but it often overshoots, leaving your blood sugar lower than before. This sudden drop signals hunger, even though you just ate. Ghrelin rises, leptin becomes less effective, and your brain starts sending out cravings for quick energy, usually sugar or starch. That's the hormonal roller coaster most people live on every day. Now, let's flip that script. When you start your day with protein, or make sure you're eating protein every 4 to 5 hours, your hormones respond very differently. Protein slows digestion and keeps blood sugar steady, which prevents the sharp spikes and crashes that cause cravings. It also lowers ghrelin, meaning you don't feel hungry as often, and it increases both leptin sensitivity and GLP-1 levels. In simple terms, protein keeps the I'm hungry switch turned off and the I'm satisfied switch turned on. This hormonal balance is what helps people stick to healthy eating patterns without feeling deprived. When your ghrelin stays low and GLP-1 stays high, your brain naturally stops thinking about food all the time. You're not fighting cravings. They just aren't there. That's why eating protein at regular intervals is so powerful. Every time you eat a protein-rich meal or snack, you reinforce that stability and prevent your hormones from swinging out of balance. Think of it like keeping a seesaw level. Carbs alone make it tip wildly up and down, energy high, then crash, hunger up, then down again. But when you include protein at the right times, the seesaw steadies. Your energy, mood, and appetite stay level. Eating every 45 hours with a good amount of protein, say 25 to 35 grams, tells your body, we're fed, we're stable. We don't need to panic for food. For example, if you eat eggs and avocado in the morning, grilled chicken or fish at lunch, and maybe some Greek yogurt or cottage cheese as an afternoon snack, you're keeping your hormones balanced all day. Your body never hits that starvation alert mode that triggers cravings. By the time dinner comes, you're still in control. You can eat normally, feel satisfied, and avoid late night snacking. Not because you forced yourself to, but because your hormones are working for you, not against you. When hormones are unbalanced, especially from irregular eating or too many carb-heavy meals, your appetite becomes unreliable. You might eat enough calories but still feel unsatisfied because your brain didn't get the "I'm full" message. Over time, this leads to overeating, frustration, and fat storage. But when you balance your hormones through protein timing, your body finally starts responding the way it's supposed to. You eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, and your energy stays steady all day long. This is why so many people fail on low protein or high carb diets. They think they're weak when they can't resist cravings, but what's really happening is hormonal chaos. Protein timing brings order back to that chaos. By eating protein every few hours, you train your hunger hormones to follow a healthy rhythm. No more roller coaster, no more guilt, and no more late night binging. When you eat this way, food stops feeling like a battle. You're no longer dating or trying to be good. You're simply aligning your meals with your body's natural signals. Your hormones start to do what they were designed to do, keep you balanced, satisfied, and burning fat efficiently. It's not about restriction, it's about restoration. The simple act of eating protein at the right times can completely reset how your body manages hunger and cravings. No willpower required. If you want your metabolism to stay active all day long, you don't need to eat less. You need to eat smarter. And the simplest way to do that is by turning every meal into a metabolism booster through proper protein timing. Most people eat very little protein early in the day and then load up on it at dinner, but your body doesn't work best that way. Instead of saving all your protein for one meal, spreading it evenly throughout the day keeps your metabolism lit, helping your body burn calories consistently, even at rest. Think of protein like fuel for your internal engine. If you pour all the fuel in at once and then let the tank run dry, the engine sputters and slows. But if you keep refueling with smaller, steady amounts, the engine runs smoothly all day. Your metabolism works the same way. When you drip feed protein, about 20 to 30 grams every 4 to 5 hours, your body continuously burns calories, repairs muscle, and keeps fat-burning enzymes active. The sweet spot for most people is around 90 to 120 grams of protein per day, divided evenly across meals. That means roughly 25 to 35 grams at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with an optional snack or shake in between. You don't have to hit those numbers perfectly. The goal is consistency. Every time you eat protein, you activate something called a muscle protein synthesis, which not only supports lean muscle, but also ramps up your metabolism. It's like turning on a fat-burning switch several times a day. So what does this look like in real life? Let's walk through a simple, practical day. A Sarah morning protein to start your day with a strong protein base to wake up your metabolism. That could be scrambled eggs with cheese and spinach, Greek yogurt with nuts and berries, or a protein smoothie made with whey or collagen and unsweetened almond milk. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein here. This sets the tone for stable energy and reduced cravings all morning. A midday refuels, around lunchtime, your body needs another boost to stay in fat-burning mode. Grilled chicken breast, turkey roll-ups, salmon, or even tofu stir-fry all fit perfectly. Add some non-starchy vegetables and healthy fats like olive oil or avocado to round out the meal. This steady protein intake keeps you mentally sharp and physically energized throughout the afternoon. Evening maintenance as dinner is your opportunity to maintain that rhythm. You don't need a huge steak to hit your goal. 25 to 30 grams of protein is plenty. Think baked fish, ground beef, or lentils paired with vegetables. Even cottage cheese with berries can make a satisfying, high-protein evening snack if you prefer something lighter. And if you're busy or on the go, protein doesn't have to come from elaborate meals. Simple options like hard-boiled eggs, beef jerky, canned tuna, protein bars, or shakes can fill the gaps between meals. The key is to make sure you never go too long, more than 5 hours, without a good source of protein. When you do, your body starts breaking down muscle for energy, which slows metabolism and stalls fat loss. To make this habit stick, keep this quick checklist in mind. Morning protein, A midday refuel, evening maintenance. This pattern ensures your metabolism stays active, your muscles stay protected, and your hunger stays under control. The beauty of this approach is that it's flexible and forgiving. You don't need to count calories, track macros, or time your meals to the minute. You're simply giving your body what it needs when it needs it. By spacing protein evenly throughout the day, you're teaching your metabolism to stay engaged instead of going into storage mode. Over time, you'll notice real changes: fewer energy crashes, better appetite control, and a stronger, leaner body composition. Your metabolism won't just work when you're exercising. It'll stay active all day, even when you're sitting or sleeping. That's the power of steady protein timing. Perfection isn't the goal, consistency is. Missing one meal won't undo your progress, but keeping your protein rhythm steady most days will transform how your body burns fat and maintains energy. When you consistently turn every meal into a small metabolism booster, your body learns to stay in fat burning mode naturally. It's not about eating more or less. It's about fueling your metabolism the smart way, one balanced meal at a time. Most people approach fat loss with an all or nothing mindset, cutting calories too low, eliminating foods they love, or following strict diet rules that feel impossible to sustain. But lasting fat loss doesn't come from restriction, it comes from rhythm. When you learn how to time your protein right, your body naturally settles into a fat burning flow that feels easy and consistent. It's not about perfection or deprivation. It's about giving your body what it needs at the right time over and over again. When your protein intake is steady, something powerful happens inside your body. Blood sugar stays balanced, insulin remains stable, and those roller coaster highs and lows that cause cravings disappear. You stop chasing food for energy because your energy is steady all day long. That's the foundation of sustainable fat loss. Stability, not struggle. When you eat protein at regular intervals, your hormones work with you, not against you. Ghrelin, the hunger hormone, stays quiet. GLP-1 and PYY, the fullness hormones, stay active. Your body gets the message: we're nourished, we're balanced, we can burn fat instead of storing it. This is why consistency beats restriction every time. Crash diets can make the scale drop quickly, but they often burn muscle and slow metabolism. Protein timing protects your muscle, preserves your metabolic rate, and teaches your body to burn fat efficiently, all while keeping you satisfied and energized. You don't have to count every calorie, skip meals, or cut out entire food groups. You just need to stay consistent with your protein rhythm, eat a balanced amount, about every 4 to 5 hours, and let your metabolism do the rest. This pattern also creates a sense of freedom around food. When you eat enough protein throughout the day, you stop thinking about food constantly. You're no longer fighting urges or cravings. They simply fade because your body feels nourished. And that's when fat loss becomes effortless. You're not forcing your body into a deficit. You're training it to use energy efficiently, to stay calm and balanced, and to burn fat naturally. Tracking progress with this approach looks different too. Instead of obsessing over scale numbers, start paying attention to how you feel. Do you have steady energy throughout the day? Are your cravings fewer and less intense? Is your focus sharper, your mood better, your sleep deeper? These are all signs your hormones are balancing and your metabolism is working the way it should. Fat loss follows naturally when your internal systems are aligned. The scale may move slowly at first, but what you're losing is fat, not muscle, and that's what creates lasting change. One of the best things about protein timing is how sustainable it is. You don't have to eat perfectly every day. Life happens: busy mornings, late dinners, travel, stress, and that's okay. What matters is the overall pattern, not a single meal. If you focus on hitting your protein rhythm most of the time, morning protein, midday refuel, evening maintenance, your metabolism stays steady even when your routine isn't. Consistency compounds. Every balanced meal you eat builds momentum for the next one. Think of it as a long-term investment in your metabolism. Each day of steady protein timing strengthens your hormonal balance, supports your muscle mass, and keeps your fat-burning engine running efficiently. It's a small habit, but its impact multiplies over time. After a few weeks, you'll feel more in control of your appetite. After a few months, you'll notice your body composition changing: less fat, more tone, better energy. And because it's not restrictive, it's something you can do for life. There's no finish line with this approach, no back to normal after a diet ends. This is normal, a simple, sustainable way of eating that supports your metabolism day after day. You're not punishing your body to lose weight, you're partnering with it. When you align your eating rhythm with your body's natural needs, everything becomes easier, better focus, smoother digestion, calmer moods, and steady fat loss without the stress. This is what true metabolic health looks like. Not a quick fix, but a steady, reliable rhythm that keeps your body in balance. Protein timing isn't a fad, it's a framework your body was designed to follow. Once you find your rhythm, you won't want to go back. It's a small daily habit, but its effect compounds like interest in a healthy metabolism, quietly, powerfully, and for life.